Hey yo, what is up guys? Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and today I'm going to be putting those AN lines onto my K-swapped Subaru Impreza. Although I am doing it on a Subaru for a K-series, it still applies to any other vehicle out there, and I'm going to show you a different way that I'll be doing it. So if we go to the back of my car, you will see that I have no fuel pump hanger in my gas tank right now. And that is because I am upgrading from my Walbro 255 to a Walbro 450. So I'm gonna have to modify my fuel pump hanger to accept this fuel pump, on top of the fact that I'm gonna add AN lines directly to my stock OEM fuel pump hanger. If we look at the K series already, I have a K-Tune fuel rail which has an AN line on it already. So I'll be adding the fuel pressure regulator to this and then running a supply and return line to this fuel rail, obviously, and I'll be getting rid of my old hard Subaru OEM stock fuel lines and replacing them with that nice PTFE AN line. So something kind of interesting with Subarus, I don't know if they're like that on other vehicles, but if we lift up my rear seat, my fuel pump's over there. Well, my fuel lines actually come up in the back seat and ride this frame rail all the way through, and there's a hole in my firewall that they come up. So I'm gonna have to run my fuel lines in the car, which I am all right with. Oh, oh. 1, 2, boom. So I have dash 10 AN line that's going to be my fuel supply. I ordered it from Evil Energy off of Amazon. My friend said he's used this before with no issue, so I'm going to go ahead and try it out. I have this Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator that is a dash 10 ORB all around. So I'm going to plug one end, have one be the supply, one be the return. That's going to be directly off my fuel rail. Then I have this Jegs dash 10 fuel filter as well. It is serviceable too, which is nice. So this is going to be on the supply line. And then I'm going to have dash 6 as my fuel return. There's really no point in having a return that is extremely large as a supply. I've heard of people using stock lines before, so this is just slightly larger and AN to clean everything up. So here's kind of what the setup's going to look like. We're going to get the fuel supply out of my stock fuel line hole. That's going to go to this side of the fuel rail, dash 10 to dash 8 for the rail. And then off of that, it's going to go into the Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator. Then here's this return that's going to go back to the tank. That is going to get reduced down to a AN6. Here's the weird looking little reducer that's going to thread onto there. And boom, we got dash 6 return now. This is kind of bulky, but it is going to work. I didn't know how else to connect this. They don't make a dash 8 ORB to a dash 10 ORB because these are both ORB, so they're like flat. They don't have a flare with a little O-ring in the middle. So this is a dash 8 AN bung fitting adapter thing, and the hose difference from this barb to the fuel pump itself was too different. So I actually had to put the dash 6 barb fitting on, and that fit perfectly. And then I go from a dash 6 to a dash 10. You can see how it does get bigger. This is actually the same exact inside diameter as the other dash 10 fitting. So this one will work perfectly because there's already a restriction at the pump, so it's not like this is gonna restrict it so much that the dash 10 is going to be useless. It's just going to be small at the beginning. Worst case scenario, I get a aftermarket fuel pump hanger with a dual pump. Radium does sell one OEM style for my Subaru, but I'm trying to do it this way first to see if we can get away with it. And I also wired up my fuel pump. I use this PTFE heat shrink. That way it won't mess up in the gas tank, and you can see I soldered it and everything. So this thing is now officially ready to drop back in the tank. So not gonna lie, the return line setup's a little bit ghetto. That vent line, I don't know what that, if that was a vent line or exactly what that was, because this was a little piece that attached the two lines. Alright, well, it is officially bolted back on. I just put two 90 degrees, one 10 AN, one 6 AN, just to kind of show you how it's going to look. There's obviously no hose mounted to it, and this piece 100% isn't going to fit over it. I don't know if it's safe to leave it exposed like that. That pink is my subframe, so you can actually see the floor. So I may make some type of thing to cover up it just to make it look a little bit better back here, but I'm going to route the lines along the seat channel and run them right where they were from the factory to the engine bay. Alright, so we got the supply line fully plumbed up, all the fittings made, and it is put in place. I just literally set it there to kind of show y'all what we're working with. So off the fuel pump, we have a 90, which goes to a straight 10 AN fitting, to the Jegs 10 AN fuel filter, to another 10 AN fitting. Goes all the way down. See it up there. And then it comes out of the stock hole, goes there into a U fitting, and then that is going to be the fuel supply line. And then off of this, we'll put a straight shot, this straight to the return line. I'll add a flex fuel sensor in later on whenever I get that figured out. Probably mount it in the same-ish location up here, so that way I can run the wiring right with the fuel pump, and then we'll have her done. But once I order my 2200cc injectors, I think is the size I'm going to end up going with, then I just give direct power to the fuel pump and prime the whole system, and we'll see if it leaks and holds pressure. Well, if I look a little bit different, that's because that last clip was a few weeks ago. I was going to try to wait till I got the injectors in and order. I haven't even ordered them yet to finish up the video, but unfortunately that's not going to happen for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this video, and if you want to see the fuel system fully complete and working and holding pressure, then you're going to have to watch one of my newer videos. But anyways, guys, hopefully this was really helpful to y'all, so y'all can do the same thing, save a little bit of money that way. But thanks for watching. Follow my Instagram right here. Like, subscribe, and motherfucking peace.